You're a wizard, Harry.
Harry Potter. Was that a good impression?
Of who?
What's the Voldemort laugh? The Anyway, welcome to Trend Settings. I'm Ali.
I'm Ye Chan.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jono.
And Chris, would you put that cup down for goodness
Seriously,
sake before you wreck everything?
I'll do it gentle.
We've got a new microphone. It's bloody glorious. We had two, and let me tell you, microphones are not as easy as they sound. You think, like, in this day and age, we've had microphones. Like, they had microphones in Hitler's time. Like, friggin' hell. Can't we just easily record audio?
What?
Like, why is it so difficult? Like, I know Hitler's like a really
speech.
random pull.
Yeah, I don't know if you should use him as like a historical.
But I was just trying to think
anchor.
of like I was thinking of like old speeches, and Hitler came to mind.
Fair enough.
Like, what speech can you think of before that?
The King's Speech. I've seen that movie.
Like real footage.
Martin Luther.
That's no.
That's like
No,
30
yeah,
years
Jan.
after, isn't it?
Oh, is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, real people, please.
Okay, so that's my rant. Welcome to Trend Settings. We talk about what's trending.
That's right.
This week we're talking about Harry Potter. Jason, is it Jason Bourne or just Bourne?
Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne, the movie. We're talking about how reviews are terrible after we give you 2 reviews. And then we're talking about the Pokemon Go update.
Pokemon.
Look what you've done to yourself, Chris.
Just put the cup down.
Did anyone hear that?
So
Yes,
you won't
probably
understand what we're yelling at each other about, but we got a new microphone that's like on the table, and if you didn't know this, solids carry sound better than air, which sounds really stupid when you first hear it. But listen. See, that was louder than any of our voices. That was me, like, barely tapping the table. So, if we're a bit sensitive about the teacup situation, that's why.
Whales. In the water.
Anyways.
So, I'm going to talk about Harry Potter.
Okay.
Now, I've never been more conflicted about something in terms of, like, let me just refer to my notes. I wrote
It's
this
his
down.
sexuality.
First thing, I
Since
got,
primary school.
so this isn't spoiler, so don't worry about that. I'm just going to tell you everything about it without spoiling it. But I got first book I've read from my phone. Weird experience, but I didn't hate it.
I've done that.
It was actually quite convenient because you got your phone with you everywhere.
Read it while you drive.
And then, like, at a certain time, it changes to like nighttime book. Like, I didn't even tell it to. It was weird.
Was it when the
Technology.
sun set?
No,
Or
it was.
just when it decided.
It didn't feel like the same time each night.
Hmm.
It was like it was watching me.
Siri knows.
Anyway, first thing that stuck out to me when I was about 10 pages in was like, geez, it's great to be back. Like, I miss these guys. Like, in the weirdest way. So I read all the first Harry Potters.
Yeah.
Have you guys read them all? Or you?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
5.
I didn't love the movies. 5 is my favorite. Did you say 5?
I've read
You've
5
read-
of them.
Oh.
You read
And
up
then
to
you-
5?
then
Yeah.
you just
Oh, you
stopped.
have to watch that. You have to read the last.
What's wrong?
I don't know.
That's
They're pretty
So,
good.
like, as soon as it starts, like, you're back on 9.5, 9 3/4,
Yep.
and like, Harry's there. It pretty much starts where the other one ended. You know how it ended on the train station, and he's got all these kids there.
Bye, kids.
Yeah,
Be
that's
nice.
pretty much where it starts.
So he hasn't like divorced Ginny.
No.
or anything like
Wow. Okay.
Jeez.
That
Well,
would be
50%
that would
divorce
be a
rate. One of
spoiler.
the two of them are going to be.
Spoiler.
That's
Spoiler.
that's the muggle divorce.
They've got
rate.
magic. They don't need divorce.
They have magic marriages.
So, another awesome thing about it
I don't think
is,
anyone needs
Honey, I don't
divorce.
think this is working out. Expelliarmus!
so I looked at all the advertisements for this piece of a book, if you can call it that, and nothing said anything about time travel, but the whole book is about time travel.
Wow.
Spoilers.
So that's a light spoiler, but it happens in like the first 10 pages.
Fair enough.
The whole book is about it. And I can see why they don't put it on the advertisement, because if you said that to me, I'd go, yeah, I'm not going to read that. It's not a bloody sci-fi. it's like they've got magic. They don't need time travel.
But my favourite book was the fourth one, and that's the one with time travel. So maybe.
Isn't the third one?
It's the
Oh,
third
it's
one.
The third one.
Well, I
The
like
Prisoner
that one.
of-
Your argument
fourth
sucks.
The argument sucks.
Actually, the third one is my second
The
favorite.
fourth one has Cedric the Entertainer.
Oh, maybe that's why I like
Yeah.
it.
But because of the time travel, there are moments in it that just like play you like a fiddle with your emotions, like especially if you've read them. So
Isn't that a good thing?
yeah, that's probably the best thing about it is when they do that. So it's definitely not written by J.K. Rowling. I don't know how she got her name on it. Well, I guess she owns it, so
Wait, she didn't write it?
it doesn't seem like it. It doesn't feel like a Harry Potter book, but that's actually what
But
I
it's-
like about it.
Isn't
And there's
it?
other names on the cover because it was based
Oh,
off the play.
okay.
So if you look at it, it says it's a script,
Right.
Yeah,
which
'cause
I
It's not a Harry Potter book, right?
it's a script for a play,
Yeah.
which as a play it actually reads really well. I actually liked the fact that it was scripted.
It's like Shakespeare.
Yeah, like it was interesting. They would like have the intro description of like how everything's kind of flowing together.
Mhm.
Could you see it happening on a stage?
Yeah, it actually describes it as it is on stage.
How does the time
Wow.
travel work? Does it spin around or something?
Let's
Okay.
not talk about time
I'm
travel
looking
too much.
forward to that.
But the new characters are awesome. There's not that many, which I'm trying not to spoil it.
There's a child, right?
Just don't expect to be satisfied at the end of this book.
Oh, okay. Have you
Wow.
finished it
Yeah,
already?
yeah. I read it in
You
2
went-
days. It's not
you
very
went,
long either.
Oh, okay.
How many pages is it on your?
It was
iPhone?
450 iPhone pages.
They're not very.
I don't-
they're very,
Who
very
knows
big
what the heck
pages.
that is?
So it's probably like 200 real pages.
How does
is
it
that a
compare
6S?
to?
That is a 6S.
6 plus?
How does it compare to
Yeah.
like? Is it the length of the first book?
So it's all conversations, which I actually love about it. So it's almost like a Quentin Tarantino movie, as in everything just happens in conversations.
Right.
Not
Dialogue
yeah.
driven.
Because it's a script. There's
Yeah.
no like descriptions or anything like
narration.
that.
And that's definitely its strength. Like, it's mostly about the relationship of Albus, who is what he calls his second kid, and Harry,
So, okay.
which is
I was
interesting. And I was like,
definitely dead.
oh, this is awesome. This is an awesome starting point.
Time travel.
And then time travel comes into it, and it gets really stupid. The plot is garbage because it's a time travel, and they can just do whatever they want.
Right.
You
And
said
make
the
up
time
as
travel
they
was your
go.
favourite thing.
No, he said
And when
the
the-
characters are his favorite.
The
thing.
emotion with because of the time
You gotta
travel.
listen, Chris.
Yeah, but because it's 'cause of the time travel, it feels like cheated.
Mm.
Like you can do anything with time travel, Chris.
It is such a vice.
Which
eh,
is
in a
why-
story.
It feels contrived.
The more you get into it, the more you're like, this is a fan fiction.
Mm.
Nothing of consequence is coming out of this because it's time travel. Like it's like the new Star Trek all over again.
And I guess if you were writing a book in someone else's universe, you wouldn't really make anything that crazy happen in it, would you? Like you wouldn't make like anything change because you can't change it. It's not yours.
Yeah, and would she allow it?
Yeah,
Probably not.
Mm.
But she's going to make a killing off of it because it's selling like hotcakes, which I can't really talk about it more without getting really spoily.
How come no one
So-
yells at him?
Because he's gonna have to edit it. Like, make that sound
That's
not
right.
loud.
That's right.
Just, if you're a Harry Potter fan, like, you'll love it, but just, there'll be things that'll piss you off in it.
Right.
So, like, if
Okay.
you're a novel fan, will you love it? Just a fan of reading books?
That's a
It's
no.
not like you're doing a doofus
That's
voice.
definitely a no.
That's a legitimate question.
Like, I finished it, and, like, I'm trashing it, but I did enjoy it.
Wait, so worth reading
No, but then
for
it's...
book fans?
So it's like a
If
one.
you love Harry Potter, friggin' go for it.
If you're just a movie person, you never read the books, would you imagine reading that?
You will be, like, a blind person reading. That's a terrible example.
Oh my
That
god.
doesn't make
sorry.
any sense.
What?
I tried to think of, like, the most difficult thing. to
Well,
do.
that sounds terrible.
Well, that
if
is
you
difficult.
haven't read the books, then don't try to read it because you will go blind.
Like,
That is a review from Ali.
the
Oh,
movies,
okay.
like, you'll kind of get it, but you really need to read the books because
Right.
it's friggin' time travel. They
So
don't.
is
They
it
don't go forwards. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, alright, yeah. Okay.
Um,
Is it
But-
a time turner?
Yeah.
So
The time turner.
is it still part of the story? Is it like canon?
Yeah, you guys just hit me with questions now because I don't want to spoil it. Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
like, but it sounds like from what you're saying, it kind of ends up back where it starts. But you've just had a bunch of emotional stuff happen with all the characters.
Which none of it matters because time travel.
Sort of.
Okay, sounds terrible.
Is Luna in it?
No.
You're a bit of a loner.
She
I can
doesn't-
see why you'd be upset by
She
that.
doesn't actually... I didn't think about it until you said it, but she doesn't actually come up in it at all. But like
Okay.
everyone else does.
Cedric?
I feel like we're pushing for spoilers at this point.
Yeah.
There's a few characters that I actually almost cried at one point.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter because time travel.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, that's
but-
So that's why it's frustrating.
Right.
But you
yeah.
cry all the time.
Shut up. I cried at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy because it's a beautiful bloody movie.
Did you?
And when he gets the new music,
Yeah.
and then like
oh, wait,
the
yeah,
mum
that was emotional.
the mum calls him Star Lord in the
Yeah,
letter, I'm
yeah.
like, oh jeez,
I was
every
thinking of
time.
the bit where he danced and then they beat the guy. I was like, that wasn't emotional at all.
The bit where they held hands.
Why
That
are you
was kind
crying?
of emotional.
I was laughing during that bit. That was pretty funny.
The most emotional scene I've seen in the movie, Toy Story 3.
Oh, don't. It's just...
No, sure. Have you seen it?
Okay, let's
Yeah,
go.
no, but
Each
as soon as you bring
person.
in Toy Story,
Listen.
I'm going to be crying through the whole damn
Let,
thing.
let me go first. Toy Story 3, there's a point at the end where they think they're going to die and they're sitting in a furnace and then obviously they're doing everything they can to
Against the
survive.
bear and they're trying to get out of it.
And eventually they just kind of...
Spoilers.
Spoilers, but eventually they just kind of come to terms with it and go, okay, we're going to die. And
Yeah.
then they just hold hands. And it's just like, okay, let's do it together.
I do remember finding
Oh.
that movie really
Yeah, I
emotional.
cried.
That is not
Three.
where I cried in that
I cried
movie.
3 times in that movie.
So where I actually cried because it was good was when he gives the toys to the next
that.
kid and
Yeah.
like, she's gonna go through this with these
Yeah,
toys.
that was pretty
What?
good.
I didn't cry at that.
The Toy Story will continue.
Yeah, I cried there too.
Yeah.
Definitely cried
It's
there.
Pixar, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna
And
cry.
when he's
You
talking
know
to
you're gonna
her,
cry.
going like, "This is Woody," he's like, "Oh, we've been through so much with these guys.
Yep.
You didn't realize it till then,
Yeah.
and now we're losing them."
That's my movie moment. Jono?
What have you cried in?
I think the classic one, Braveheart, when he's like freedom and his like
Uh-huh.
guts are like not in his body
I
anymore.
cried in the shower.
I cry at the
Heavy.
beginning of
Heavy.
Braveheart when she
Yeah.
dies.
Yeah, there's a lot of crying through that.
It's a
movie.
great movie.
Lion King. It's
Oh,
a classic.
Just one, mate.
just
Nah,
one.
don't cry.
Okay, calm down.
They're,
Chris?
they're just lions.
You
Just lying around.
under those
Yeah,
wildebeests.
I don't know. There's a lot. I cry in a lot of movies. Like, I don't know.
Okay,
I can't
great.
hear you. Talk louder about it.
Well, have you heard the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Oh, jeez. What's... Are you actually crying about that?
What's wrong with you, man?
That was such a
I
random
did-
pull.
I did cry during that movie.
I
but
cried
It was
the
more
fir-
to do with how bad the
I cried the
movie
first time I watched Revenge of the Sith.
Why?
What?
It was sad.
Because you were the chosen one?
he
That
was
part?
the chosen
Oh,
one.
that part is quite sad. Yeah.
That's just because Ewan McGregor's a good actor.
was. Is
Oh,
that when he
he's
left him?
phenomenal.
You mean when he left him on the
in the
ground?
lava.
To
yeah.
die?
Oh.
No, after he chops his leg off.
Yeah.
I think I was like yelling, "Finish him off! Finish him!"
I was like, can we
Finish
go?
him! Everyone's like crying and you're like, finish him!
He's still alive. You guys have robots that are alive, like General Grievous. Finish him off, damn
That's
it!
amazing.
Did you cry in Waterworld?
Hey,
Did you watch it?
we don't talk about Waterworld.
Hey.
Sorry.
So, Ali, Harry Potter, out of 10?
I don't.
This is the problem.
We're gonna talk about
We'll
this
talk
later,
about that
but
later.
we don't rate things.
Okay, we don't rate things. Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Would you
Read
do
it if you're a Harry Potter fan. That's
You're
all I'm
doing
gonna
it
say.
again.
Okay,
Okay.
if you're a Harry Potter fan, you should read it.
Fair enough.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right, next subject. Chris,
What's the next
tell us
subject?
about the Bourne.
I went to see Jason Bourne.
Ooh.
Has anyone seen the new Jason Bourne
Set the
movie?
stage. Tell the
How's
story.
he doing?
Well, he's alright.
Alright.
He's
That's good.
What? I always like to hear how you watch the movie because I think that affects it. a
Alright,
lot.
I went to the movies. Okay, let me take you back. It was Friday night. I said, babe, what are we going to do tonight? She said, I don't know. What do you want to do? I'm like, I don't know. So then I text my dad.
This is the most exciting story I've ever
Is
heard.
this what you asked for?
Let him finish.
Keep going.
So then I text Dad, because Dad wanted to go see Bourne with me. I'm like, Dad, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm going out for dinner with Tom and Ange. I'm like, okay, well, stuff you.
Name drop.
So, hey, babe, I'm gonna make dinner reservations. All right, sweet. So we drive. She picks me up from Rouse Hill, and because I caught the bus there, and then she picks me up. I'm like, all right, let's go to dinner. Then Dad texts me, dinner's cancelled. I'm like, oh. So I
I sure hope you made that sound. That exact sound. Dinner's cancelled.
So
Not the ham.
so
Ham. Is that what white people eat?
I tried to think of the most generic thing. I said. Go on.
okay. So then I call the restaurant. Sorry, bro, not coming. Cancel our resi. And then
How did he react? I always
would've
love
got
to
a
hear
blank
how
no, they were good. I was very, very polite.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Can
then
I ask what kind of restaurant it was?
It was like a modern Italian dining.
Yeah.
So it's an Italian
And our
restaurant.
booking was like it was
Okay.
it was like full on booked out. They were like, you can have a dinner at 6:30, but you got to be out by 7:30. So I'm like, yeah, whatever,
okay.
no worries.
Yeah.
So anyways, so Dad, I'm like, Dad, bro, we're on. Let's do this. So then he's like, okay, I'll book tickets. I'm like, sweet, don't have to pay. And so we got cheap tickets, and then we went to Macquarie. You guys seen a movie at Macquarie?
Nope.
It's pretty good. I don't know, same as the rest, really. So
played me.
it was good, but before we had the movie,
No,
we
that
went.
was good because he didn't actually plug them. Which
Yeah.
is like a
Just-
step. It's a
just-
step forward,
Yeah.
Chris.
Just did a bait and
Event
switch.
Cinemas.
Yeah.
If you want to sponsor Event Cinemas, we'll take it.
Because we will go to reading.
They have a
Bastard.
really cool Suicide Squad mural on the wall.
Nice.
But before the movie, we went and got dumplings, which was pretty good.
Oh,
I freaking love dumplings.
I love dumplings.
Dumplings and wonton soup.
So you didn't eat in the movie.
No.
That's important.
So then we got in, and then
Is
I
it-
was,
Okay.
we were watching the trailer. Oh, then we were watching the trailers, and Vanessa's like, "Oh, can you go get me some water?" I'm like, "Seriously? I just sat down." So then I went and got water.
Yeah. Sorry
Oh.
for asking you for things.
So you're annoyed at this point. You're slightly annoyed going into this movie. Just
No, it's
because
good,
your
'cause
frame
then-
of mind.
Because I was like,
Do you
'cause-
always hate doing things for your wife?
no. So I got out, and then I was like, "Oh, babe, I don't have any money." And then Dad was like, "Oh, I have money." I'm like, "Sweet."
Do you always take money from your dad?
Thanks, Pops.
Always.
Okay.
And
He's
then
a student.
Okay, fair enough.
And then I was like, sweet, water's for everybody. And I just got water up the woozer. And then
Wow.
I went back
That's called a colonoscopy.
and I was like, Dad, here's your change. And then
Or a colon cleanse.
then the movie started.
Yeah, hectic. Okay, let's talk about the movie.
Okay,
I feel like I'm there.
so I don't know about you guys.
I'm covered in water.
Tell me if you're with me.
I'm really wet, but I'm
I'm
ready.
really wet and I feel cold and I'm not sure why.
Go on.
I need to know if you're with me.
I'm with you.
Can you
I
guys?
am. I'm annoyed.
Or
'cause
if
I'm
it's
wet
just
and
me. Do all the Jason Bourne movies just like blend into one? Because in my head,
Yes.
I cannot distinguish between them.
I don't really like any of them, to be honest.
cold.
So you're
I
with me?
can remember the first one distinctly and the second and the third.
Can
It's
you
a
can you
blur.
name them?
People getting punched
I
in the
can.
face.
So what's the first one?
Identity.
Born Identity.
Yeah.
Yep.
Supremacy,
Yep.
Ultimatum, Legacy.
Supremacy was the one without him, right?
Legacy was one. of them.
Legacy was the
Oh.
one without him.
So
with
this is
Hawkeye.
the first one with him back.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
back.
Jeremy
Wait,
Renner,
so it's the fifth one?
Fourth. Fifth.
Fifth.
Yes.
It's the fifth one.
You're
I'm
right.
going to ask one thing before you go on.
Yes.
Is Jeremy Renner, mentioned at all?
No.
Okay, go on.
It's based on a book, right?
Probably. There's a lot.
Okay, but they have. Is it this one based on book material? That's what I want to know.
Unknown
Okay.
to me. Someone knows.
Go on.
Okay. So that's how I'm going in because I don't remember much about the Jason Bourne movies at all. I know I really liked the third one. That was the best one. So I go into this one. So the first one was directed by some guy, I can't remember his name. Then the second and third ones
Glad you did your research.
were made by Paul Greengrass,
Hmm.
who's pretty cool, right?
Green grass.
I know the name.
What else did he make?
What a name.
The second and third Bourne movies.
So he's got previous on this one.
What a resume.
Did he make the fourth one?
No.
Okay.
So, okay, and when the second and third Bourne movies came out, everyone's like, "Whoa, it's so good!"
Yeah.
Because he does this,
Yeah.
he's got his own style. It's kind of like handy cam and it's shaky, and then
Yeah.
there's zooms in and
Yeah.
zooms out, and you know
Yeah.
the vibe.
Yeah.
Which back then was amazing, and everyone was like, "Oh, this is so cool! It's so real,
Mm.
whatever." But on this one, it felt like he had a structure. It felt like someone else was trying to do it. It felt like they had it set up, and they had it, and they're like, okay, now shake left, shake right, shake left,
Right.
zoom in, shake.
So it was like planned handicap.
Yeah, like it didn't
right.
feel real, which didn't give the effect of what they're going for, I guess, which is to put you really into that world and make you feel the action and tension and everything that's going on. So that was my first problem with it. I'm going on the problems. I go on with the problems. Ali always tells me I'm negative, but that's good. Anyway, so that was my...
Not negative. I say you don't like anything.
Yep, same thing.
That's very similar
Oh.
things.
It's not. He's
And-
actually more positive than I am. I'm actually more negative than him, but I like a lot of things.
I'm positive.
That's true. You
Just
gave
critical.
the most backhanded positive review for Harry Potter I've ever heard in my life. If you're a fan, read it. It sucks.
That's why reviews don't work.
It's really, really bad, but you should get it anyway. So, but then there were parts that weren't shaggy like that and just stood out, and I was like, whoa, okay.
I was like, okay, tripod.
What is this? Yeah, what's going on now? Like, is this... And it feels like they shot it like with two different directors. Anyway,
So is that jarring?
it
Like
was
it-
really jarring. Very jarring.
Is that something a normal person would notice? You're a film student, so you're going to notice stuff like
I don't
shots
know.
and things.
If you go watch it now, you'll probably notice.
Yeah, now you ruined it. I'm going
Sorry.
to be like, oh, look, the camera's
Yeah.
not shaking.
Like, if you go and watch it, maybe you'll enjoy it. Like,
Everything I've heard about this movie is how bland it is, so I definitely won't be seeing it.
It's yeah, it's kind of bland. It doesn't stand out from the other Bournes. And then there's the plot, right? Which doesn't help because there's Jason Bourne. Have a guess. What is Jason Bourne? What happens to Jason?
He loses his memory. The chick finds him, gets him back in through emotional manipulation. He realizes the emotional manipulation in the third act, and then gets retribution on the emotional manipulation by
Professional
by a
manipulation.
dark, shady organization in the end.
2 out of 4 ain't bad.
Ah, that's pretty good.
Okay, so
Is it?
quick little. Well, okay, I won't do that. So the plot is kind of, I don't know.
I haven't
I'm on
seen
the edge
it.
of my
I was
seat
just
here.
gonna-
It's pretty irrelevant.
Dude, I'm so excited.
So Jason Bourne's out doing his thing.
Naturally.
The chick comes and finds him, brings him
Yep.
back. He's got to get some baddies, right?
Right, makes
Who are
sense.
from the inside, like same as always. You know how that happens.
Yep.
But then there's this other plot that is completely irrelevant to everything that Jason's doing.
Right.
It's like, so there's this,
You're on first name basis with him?
yeah, me and Jace.
Is it Gandalf taking out the necromancer?
Almost.
How is that irrelevant? That fit in, didn't it?
But when you're reading The Hobbit, it's like you have no idea where
Yeah.
he just left. And you're like,
just
oh, he just left.
It would be. It would be. It's
I'm trying to put a
like
Lord of
that.
the Rings
thought you
reference in
meant,
every
like-
single podcast.
I'm trying to put a direct reference.
I thought you meant the ghost
yeah.
thing at the end.
Dude, I thought you meant like you're watching Jason Bourne. and it comes to
Gandalf
Gandalf.
just comes in.
Yeah, and you're like, what does this have to do with
On the third day
You
again.
tell us, Chris. Is it like that?
It was like that. There was this moment where this guy with a beard, not like Gandalf, but he actually looks quite like you.
Okay.
And he comes in, and at first
Yeah.
I was like, this is really weird. Surely, that's okay. They'll come together in the end. They kind of just continue off like this on 2 separate parts, and then eventually they kind of meet. But usually in these things they cross over and they sort of relate and
Like Pulp
clash
Fiction.
with each other. Yeah, but in this one they kind of just hit each other and they just keep on going. They kind
They
of
ricochet?
They don't even intersect. They ricochet.
Is it a ricochet?
They're
They
ricochet.
bounce off and they
Is it
kind
a
of,
ricochet?
it's a big old ricochet. They don't even
Is
have
it
anything to do with
spoilery
each
to
other.
say they don't end
Ricochet!
up near each other?
See that?
Well, they end up near
that
each
was
other.
the word
but
with the sound in.
Is it setting up for another movie?
Surely there's a word for that.
not really.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
That's weird.
So, so the whole movie is just one big
So
ricochet.
there's Jason doing his thing out for revenge, and then he ricochets with this
Like a
other
rapper's
guy.
name.
It ricochets.
Ricochet.
Ricochet.
Ricochet coming at you.
Ricochet. Ricochet.
Continue with your review.
We don't review. This is a conversation.
Ricochet.
That's a review, pretty much.
Yeah, it's a review.
Oh, man.
We're just
Okay.
not rating it.
Yeah.
We're not doing a
No
rating.
ratings.
Ricochet.
So he ricochets with this other plotline about like internet security or something, and I guess they're trying to say something about that, but they don't really. Anyway, so it
Internet
doesn't really
security
make
is
sense.
bad.
Is it? Like having security is bad?
Does it start off with Jason Bourne having Norton antivirus and getting really angry
Pretty
at it?
much, no.
Trying to find Norton
No, the
and take
chick
him
has
out?
it, and there's lots of hacking and.
Okay.
Mm.
Does
but-
it bring in like the government surveillance type stuff? Or
Yes.
okay.
Does it do
But
that?
that,
thing?
but that has nothing to do with Jason Bourne.
Alright.
That's like everything else.
Well,
And
that
Jason's
that
over
just
here.
affects everyone.
Yeah, but it's not about that. What's the movie called?
The whole
Jason
the
Bourne.
whole movie's surveillance, isn't it? Isn't that how they like look at him?
Well, the whole movie's Jason Bourne.
Right.
Right.
From the trailer, it looked like he joins a fight club. Is that?
Yeah, that's just the thing that these people do, right? Like,
What do you mean, these people?
like Sherlock Holmes,
That's
he
a
just
bit
goes and
racist.
fights people.
What do you mean, these
know?
people?
Sherlock
The
Holmes.
racist. I think that was directed at you.
What do you
Jay.
mean these people? Huh?
No, definitely not that.
Oh, jeez.
Wow. Wow.
Way to size him up.
He's gonna call me
Wow,
a ranger in a
the
second.
finger was very
These people.
judgmental.
Yeah, what do you mean
It
these
was a very
people?
judgmental finger.
Wow.
You know how people just go and fight, like it's
Yeah.
in Snatch, they
All the
fight in
time.
a barn, or in Sherlock Holmes, they're just fighting.
A fight club.
Yeah,
So he joins a fight club.
yeah, but
Sherlock
why
Holmes
do
does
they
have
do
a
that?
lot of fighting that's not really explained why.
They just
Like
fight.
henchmen just appear and he's just like calculating how to
And
beat them up.
And those moments from the trailer of Jason Bourne where he like punches the guys out, that's cool. But it like doesn't mean anything. So the Bourne movies, action, right? Awesome action. There's 3 major like set pieces, major action pieces, which are okay. Again, going back to the shaky cam thing, it feels like he's like ticking a box. Got to have some massive action in here, and he's got 3 of them, but they're all right. They're pretty good. The best bit is at the end. It's just a little fight scene. It's amazing. But then the one car chase, I was sitting in the cinema with Mum and Dad and Vanessa, and they're all sitting there watching the movie, and I was zoning out. I didn't know what was going on.
Vanessa's his wife.
Vanessa is my wife.
Not
As
his,
in-
not his sister.
As in, you were getting bored.
I think so. Yeah.
Wow.
Like I was like there was cars chasing, but it just kept on going and going and going, and they crashed into more people.
It did
and-
have very long sequences in. Like I remember the first one had really long like car chase sequences.
Yes.
All
But
the
they were-
action stuff's really long.
But
in
they
that.
were
Yeah.
creative and different and unique,
In
at
its
the,
time.
especially at the time.
In its time, yeah.
And now, I don't know. Go see it.
So you
So
didn't
let's see.
enjoy it.
So it's great.
So I definitely recommend it.
We should finish with like a priorities list for people to watch. Like for movies that are out, what order should they watch movies in? I think that's more useful.
What else is on the list?
See Star Trek first.
Yeah.
You think?
Star Trek. So you got Star Trek, Ghostbusters is out, Suicide Squad's coming out.
Tonight.
None of us have seen that, so we
No,
can't.
we
rate
haven't
that.
seen that. Yeah.
Are we just recommending
Jason
movies
Bourne.
we've seen?
I recommend it
Can't really
compared to
recommend.
everything else that's
Yeah.
out besides Suicide
What's
Squad.
out?
Would you see it before? You wouldn't see it before Star Trek, I'm guessing.
Would you ever watch it again?
If I was doing a Bourne marathon.
Who would ever do that?
That's such a weird way to answer that question.
I would do it.
Hey, let me put it to you this way: if you weren't a film student,
Yeah.
general public, do you
Yeah.
think general public will enjoy this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. So someone who enjoys
Okay.
Transformers
Wow.
People who enjoy Transformers.
will enjoy this
Wait,
movie.
do you need some
Probably.
glasses to put low on your nose while you say this?
You asked me a question. Do you want me to lie?
Yes, if they're one of those plebs, then they should go and see it.
Hey,
They'll enjoy it
I
very
watched
much.
all the Transformers.
civilians will enjoy this immensely.
The proletariat will be very entertained. Excellent.
Where's
Excellent.
Gandalf? Damn it!
He said the same thing.
I'm just busting you.
Look, if I watch this movie,
Okay, fans of Jason Bourne should definitely see it.
well, duh.
Who's a fan of Jason Bourne?
Isn't there like a cult following for that?
Yeah.
I feel like it's too generic.
That's
I
a cult
assume
following
you'd
for
have to be a
everything.
Hey.
book fan.
I had other far more specific qualms, and you're bagging out my.
What are they? Tell us.
What the?
You don't want to know.
What's a qualm?
You're a qualm.
Wow.
Okay. Next subject.
Moving
Did
on.
you have anything else?
No.
Fold notes in the pocket.
You guys think I'm a snob.
Yeah,
You don't-
that's
you're
why
not-
it's interesting.
You're not a snob. You just sometimes act like one.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And I'm not
But
racist.
that's because you study it. So you.
Well, that's what I mean. Like the way you guys, like
This-
especially you two.
Whoa, guys, we're blending into the next topic.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I spoiled it.
Honestly, like it took me 2 years after film school to stop being a dick about films.
Feels.
I'm not being a dick. Like, I watched it. I enjoyed it.
Wait, you
Okay.
enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Wait, that did not come across in your review.
Yeah,
I
it
know.
sounded like you
Not
hated
at
it.
all.
It sounded like you
Nor
couldn't
did it
physically
come
watch
across
it.
in your review. Larry
It sounded like
See?
you wanted her to ask you to get more water.
I did not want that.
so you could spray it on everyone when you came back.
Well, before I start,